All right, so you've done your audit, figured out what's working, and scoped out the competition. Now it's time to actually use all of that information and build your content strategy. Welcome back to our series, The Reset, where I'm taking you through the inner workings of resetting and revamping our marketing strategy here at Sked. So this is the episode where we get our hands dirty and we build the strategy that's supposed to actually move the needle now, and honestly, for our sanity too. Oh, a quick heads up. We're actually shifting this series to be primarily on YouTube. Why? We just had too much good stuff to say, and it was really hard to cram everything into a 4-minute reel. Plus, they weren't really getting pushed out. I learned that the hard way from Instagram, that they only promote videos under 3 minutes. I digress. Think more webinar style moving forward. So make sure that you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single one. Now, let's get started. All right, so let's get down to business. At Sked, we decided to go all in on being social first. That means our whole world starts with social media. Brand building, community, organic growth. No matter what stage of the funnel you are in the buying journey, you hopefully have found us or seen some part of us on social. Also, no more writing a blog, hoping it ranks, and maybe post about it in a week or two. No more spending a lot of energy on long form content. We have amazing long form content right now that just needs to be stretched out and repurposed. Now, everything gets repurposed, shared, tweaked, and lives its best life across all of our socials. And our team mantra is just post it. Because honestly, sometimes you just got to hit publish and stop overthinking. First chapter on this episode is the content pillar come up and why we need it. So if you didn't catch our last episode, here's a quick recap. We learned everything we could about our industry and about our competitors and what was working for us and what wasn't. And what we found was pretty telling. Too much of the same thing was being said in 10 different ways. There was a lot of social media jargon and not enough actual personality. And even though people were empathizing with the audience, we weren't really talking about the hard stuff. It didn't feel like we were talking about the real challenges that social media managers are dealing with every day. And that's not who we want to be. We knew we wanted to ruffle some feathers. We wanted to be vulnerable. We wanted to be relatable, but also a little bit different to try to stand out from the sea of sameness. So we decided to overhaul our approach. And of course, after that extensive research, we reimagined our content pillars, not just as topics, but as promises we're making to our audience. To get there, we followed a thoughtful framework, ensuring that our pillars truly reflected who we were as a brand, also that they connected to our audience's pain points, and offered a balanced mix of ideas that can be shared across the entire customer lifecycle. It did take some time, but aligning as a team was essential to make sure that these pillars resonated with us and with our audience and that they deliver real value. Building out this framework has allowed us to be more intentional in our approach, ensuring that no piece of content is created in isolation. It's a strategic foundation that not only enhances internal alignment, but also boosts efficiency. We narrowed it down to 6 key pillars. Each pillar was created based on best performing content, as well as where we wanted to be in the market. And each pillar now includes the following sections. This is the framework. It has a theme, so it's the overarching subject or topic that pillar addresses, and that is how it's meant to resonate with our audience, but also align with our brand's mission. The purpose, so what are the specific goals and objectives each pillar aims to achieve, such as to educate, entertain, build trust. What's the core message? This is the fundamental idea or key takeaway we want our audience to grasp from each content within a specific pillar. And then the strategic role in our funnel, how each pillar supports users at a different stage of their journey, guiding them from awareness to conversion and beyond. Now, here are the 6 pillars, 6 promises that we came up with. And I'll give you a little bit of what the core message is for each of them. So first off is your trusted social media bestie, because every social media manager deserves a bestie who gets it. Sked is here so that you're never figuring stuff out alone. Number 2, bold hot takes. If everyone is zigging, then we're definitely the zag. These are unfiltered takes, things that people are thinking about but rarely saying. We want our audience to think, oh, finally, someone said it. Our third is marketers that feel, if you've ever worked late, done 12 Canva mockups, or dealt with the urgent request at 4:45 on a Friday, we see you and we also meme about it. The human element is not just about feeds. It's not about products. It's about people, faces, ideas. We'll show you the real Sked team and community moments. The Goldilocks platform, This is really focused on us as a product. We're not bloated, not bare bones, the just right platform for in-house marketing teams that are juggling a bit of everything. And number 6 is our foundations. Forget the buzzwords, forget the jargon. If you nail the basics, social isn't so overwhelming. You don't have to be an expert in social media. You don't have to even be a social media manager as your main role. We are here to help you understand and unpick everything. And there's no gatekeeping around here. So we've created our content pillars. Now let's talk about turning research into the real stuff. What content types apply in the customer journey? You know that feeling when you write a killer post and it flops, but then that random reel explodes? We wanted less guessing and more actual strategy. So now we map every piece of content to where someone is in their journey with us. So top of funnel, a lot of short form video. That's our playground for marketers that feel seen and bold hot takes. These are those scroll stopping moments where someone says, wait, that is so me, and starts building that relationship. Our middle of funnel includes carousels, guides, reports. This is where our trusted social media bestie actually shines because you're getting your actionable tips, your how-tos. Our bottom of funnel will really highlight customer stories, webinars, product demos. This is where we lean into our Goldilocks platform, showing off real results, actual people using it, and peeling back how Sked makes a difference. And it's not just about blasting content. Our goal is to nurture folks with email, community, behind the scenes, and well, sometimes we just jump into the group chat to swap war stories. Last chapter is how we actually pull this off as a team. And we're a pretty tiny team. So full transparency, our team is very scrappy. Everything you've seen from the memes to the case studies is built around ruthless prioritization and teamwork. Here's how we keep the engine humming, and this is actually going to be a deep dive in our next episode. First, we start with sprint planning, which is our brainstorm and ideation session. What made people laugh, share, click, that's what fuels us for the next run. And yes, if you want to see what's cooking, our ideas board is open. Drop in your wildest content idea and let us know what you want to be seeing. Next, we draft and batch create. We batch like maniacs. Copy blitz in one sitting, then we knock out all of the visual bits before content switching steals our soul. Lastly, we schedule and promote, so everything is loaded into Sked at least a week in advance if we can. Then we cross-promote it across email, LinkedIn, partner channels, everywhere where our people are. And then last, we engage and we amplify, and this is where that magic happens. We're not just posting and ghosting, we're liking, commenting, DMing, engaging with our community as much as possible. It's fair game for a conversation or a meme. And lastly, we review. We pull in all of our metrics, see what popped off, see what flopped, and log it all in Notion and review it together as a team during our sprint retro. We also balance our always on stuff. Think weekly carousels, behind the scenes, our Q&As with some fun experiments. We like being on trend. We like playing around. And if we have a good idea or we think it's a good idea, we encourage all of us to do it. Remember our mantra, just post it? That's literally why it came about. And again, not everything will work. Some have seriously flopped, but the community will notice when you're trying and willing to try, right? You want to pivot fast and show up human and remind people that not everything has to be perfectly edited or perfectly tailored, because sometimes the realest things are the ones that make the biggest impact. So where do we go from here? I'm going to be really honest. These goals are quite aggressive. We have some very aggressive targets that we're wanting to hit. It's not only about the content output, but the mix of content and the different channels that we're trying to test on. We want to become the go-to social media tool for marketing teams. We want to build out a community. We want to grow a word of mouth. We want to crush organic search, all of it. Will it be perfect? Probably not. And will it move fast? Probably not as fast as we want, but we're really learning in public, iterating and sharing honest wins and honest fails with you. If you remember one thing, don't let analysis paralysis kill your momentum. Just post it. Clean it up in public. Last thing, I'd love to turn this into a real conversation. What's one tip you'd give for building a content strategy that doesn't suck the joy out of posting? Share it below. And if you actually want to be a part of our growing community, let me know. I will send a way to jump in and you can get access to our scene community. And if you're in the middle of your own marketing reset, smash that subscribe button so that you can join us for the next chapter. Thanks for hanging out with me.